So this exercise is called side plank. It is part of the modified McGill's, but it can also be done as a singular exercise. How you start is obviously lying on your side. The beginner stage, Matt, you want to tuck your legs. So his legs are bent. He's got one ankle on top of the other. He's got one knee on top of the other. He's got both hips stacked. It's really important not to let the hips fold forward or to lean back through the hips. One has to be on top of the other. The next really important thing to note is Matt has got his elbow directly underneath the shoulder. You don't want to have the elbow too far in front of the body, and you don't want to have it tucked too closely towards the side, because if you do that, there's a lot of pressure through the shoulder joints. You want to have elbow directly underneath the shoulder. Matt has got his supporting hand, so his resting hand, supported on the shoulder, but you can also, if you want to, have it flat against the body. It's completely up to you. What Matt is going to do is he's going to engage his core, lifting on the side and pushing body weight through the elbow. So it's almost as if he's trying to push the ground away from him directly underneath the elbow. And that engages the core. Start by holding this for 30 seconds. You want to build up in time. So eventually trying to make it to about 1.5 minutes. If you get tired, have a rest, and then you can always start the exercise again. The next part of this exercise is the intermediate stage. This time we're still keeping legs bent, but what Matt is going to do is, when pushing body weight through the elbow, he's also going to thrust his hips forward. Good. So he's coming up into this position. Also, again, you can rest, holding that for about 30 seconds, building up to 1.5 minutes. It's really important to imagine pushing your hips forward. Yeah, exactly. Instead of, if you relax for Matt, what most people tend to do is push up directly here. It's up, but it's also forward. This maintains a really nice neutral spine. The next part of this exercise is Matt's going to have his legs stretched out. Good. So key points again, ankles can be one on top of the other. You can also have foot in front if you want to. But knees should be aligned, hips always stacked one on top of the other, elbow directly underneath the shoulder, hand supporting on the shoulder or nice and tucked onto the body. And this time, Matt is going to push directly up towards the ceiling. Excellent. Fabulous. Relax, holding that for about 30 seconds, building up to 1.5 minutes. Lastly, what you can do, if you've been doing this exercise for a long time or you're really familiar with it, you can go from this extended plank, good, you can lift arm and leg off of the body and hold, good, you can relax. What's really important to note with all of these progressions of the exercise is if you do have any symptomology, you should never get any symptoms when doing the exercise. If you do, just mention it to your chiropractor and they will help sort out a different progression for the exercise.